It's business news. The World Bank has extended a $350 million credit facility to Kenya in support of the country's urbanization drive under the Kenya Urban Support Program. The funds, which are an equivalent of 46.5 billion shillings, are expected to be distributed to 77 municipalities across 45 counties. This is an increase from 59 municipalities that were part of the inaugural program. But to ensure accountability, the World Bank has set strict conditions that counties must meet to access the funds. Jimmy Mbogo with details of the adherence plan.
In the first phase of Kenya's Urban Support Program, COSP 1, Kenya's utilization of the $350 million or 46.5 billion shillings to finance investment in urban infrastructure and service delivery was only rated satisfactory, meaning that the country had room for improvement in its utilization of the fund. Owing to this, COSP 2 has now set stricter conditions for counties to follow before laying their hands on the funds. Counties will be required to meet minimum conditions such as setting up of a participating urban board, which must have the appropriate institutional setup, including adequate gender representation. They will also be required to have a core staff available on full-time basis. The counties will also be required to set aside the board budget, including financing from the county government. The devolved unit will further be required to have a comprehensive integrated development plan and physical and land use plan, as well as develop an engagement framework to promote public-private dialogue in urban areas, among other conditions.
But that's what it is, you know. This is money we have to pay, so we have to make sure that there are sufficient conditions that make sure that it doesn't get lost.
You have got to deliberately transfer the functions to the municipality. It is another level of devolution. Number two, you must transfer the assets that belong to the municipality, and then you must be able to do a budget for those municipalities. Without those three key things, the money is still not yours.
The funds are expected to provide eligible urban boards with the capital to finance investment in urban infrastructure that will be identified by municipal boards after consultation with the citizen and implemented by the urban administration. It also seeks to establish a semi-autonomous urban agency or agencies under the wings of the county government that push urbanization agenda on behalf of the county government.
COSP 1 helped to strengthen urban institutions across the country and provided crucial financing for infrastructure and services.
We need the infrastructure. We need proper planning. We need roads. We need sanitation. We need stormwater management. We need non-motorable transport to be able to facilitate movement in urban areas.
According to the World Bank Group Director for Kenya, Keith Hansen, over the last 10 years, the bank has invested over $1.3 billion in urban sector, including programs such as the Nairobi Metropolitan Services, NMS, which saw the city get a facelift, as well as improved service in medical facilities. With the bank now committing a further 100 million shillings in capacity building for municipalities for greater impact.
The UN Habitat projects that by 2030, up to 50% of Kenya's population will be living in urban centers, making such facilities a critical lifeline to county governments in planning. Jimmy Mbogo, Citizen TV in State House, Nairobi.